Hello, people persons. What's up? Um, Now, here's the thing. I hear that DC is currently pestering Alan Moore to do an undisclosed project with the Watchmen characters now that he got his rights, now that Alan Moore got his rights to the Watchmen characters back. This undisclosed project might not have anything to do with Watchmen. It might just be, I'm hoping it's the Watchmen characters. Might just be Batman. It might be Watchmen versus X-Men, like my friend Steve, I've said numerous times, told me they're going to come out with. Again, just a rumor. It might be their involvement on Earth 2. It might be, it could span a bunch of things, but, Alan Moore's a very finicky artist, and we all know that. So, that being said, here's Earth 2. Not what Carmine Infantino had planned for Earth 2 in the 30s, but still, good stuff. They do bring in the Sandman. They bring in Atom Smasher. They bring in all the old JSA. But bam! What do they have up their sleeve but Mr. Terrific from the end of the Mr. Terrific series? We all know he's been hanging out on Earth 2 for a while. Yeah, the ending was just great. Just great. I kind of agree with Blue Goblin's review. That it would have been a major reveal if we knew who the fuck these people were. But we don't. And we, like I said before, we kind of get the feeling that he's their Senator Keene. So is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? He's all dressed in black, yes, but already I want an issue from his perspective. I want an issue. I'm curious to see how it's all gonna tie together. This undisclosed project, Earth 2, what they're doing, if they're gonna bring back the JSA, yeah. Ooh, it's really exciting. All really exciting stuff. How are they going to tie it in for Trinity War? You know, are they going to tie it in? I heard that Rorschach's actually the missing face in the now I have to find a decent picture of that. He's actually the missing face. He's actually the missing face in Trinity War. There's Trinity, it's 3. They only have the Phantom Stranger and the Question, and the Phantom Stranger and the Question are kind of the same guy. Well, they're not, but they are. You can check. I put the Question as one of the previous searches, and I kind of tried to explain this before, that he is not. He is Rorschach, but he's not, because, you know, he is the closest thing to the, you know, maybe that has something to do with the undisclosed project. Who knows? But now, meanwhile, in Pandora, you find out that Pandora has been alive just as long as Vandal Savage, if not longer. That Pandora is a victim of the Trinity of Sin. That this somehow involves the 7 deadly sins with Captain Atom and that. You know, if you remember Countdown to Infinite Crisis, where they shot the Blue Beetle. Yeah, these are the same 7 deadly sins that Shazam said that something bad was coming. Something bad was going to crack the world open. And it did. Pandora did end up releasing the 7 deadly sins. And she did end up, you know, it could all tie back to the Professor Zune thing. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do there. I've speculated. I've speculated that they're just retelling the story with minor twists, but they have confirmed he's from an alternate timeline or the future. We don't know. But that is in the pile too, so I'll get to that when I get to that. But for this story, you find out that Pandora is the one that released those sins. And released the skulls. And really, you know, this thing is basically a crystal skull. It's basically a crystal skull from the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, and she picks it up. She releases the sins into the DC universe, and she's so alarmed by this. And then eventually, she gets brought amongst the same court that Shazam gets tried over. And she gets called the worst traitor the worst traitors that humanity will ever know. We don't know who those other two people are, but we know that one. I speculate one may be Vandal Savage, but we do know that they're the worst traitors as well. And so they banished them out. If you look what's going on in Justice League now, they're involving a lot of Black Adam. So I don't know. That will definitely have something to do with it. Because if you look, it looks like the power of Shazam. And you find out that Pandora walked the earth with all these sins, and you get to see her go to major events. Her go to Karta and all that stuff. And she does run across Vandal Savage, and every time I think Vandal Savage, I end up thinking of the Millennium Event. And the Millennium Event they published with Booster Gold. I mean, the whole thing wonks of like, they're trying to do what was rumored for a while there. Them having a 52 part 2. What is that mysterious clip with Rorschach and Batman? Is it 52 part 2? Is it a part of this? Why? You know? What's the deal? Did we pass that clip? Is it too late? How does it connect to the project they're trying to get Alan Moore to do? I'm surprised there hasn't been more news on it. I mean, if Watchmen versus X-Men existed, then they'd have to have an agreement between Alan Moore that to use his characters in main continuity with main characters, which I've been extremely excited about for a long time. You can check the videos. I've speculated that they could involve Terry McGinnis. They could involve a bunch of people. But that's if Alan Moore agrees to. And it could just be Batman too. I'm just getting excited because Batman and Rorschach, you know, has he finally worked past what DC did to him? All those years ago. You know. Is it going... Are they going to watch the story as it unfolds? Like I said, are the Watchmen going to save Pandora's box? Are they going to explain why this particular project feels like 52 Part 2? I don't know. So, a bunch of fans and I agree that